evening, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We're back with more West of Loathing. Az coming in with the first. Congratulations, you are the winner of the Az Kelly Gambit tonight. Back to bed. Please get some sleep. My god. The message you sent me last night, you are working way too much, my friend. Please get some rest and take care of yourself. TKO Mike! Hello! How are you doing? I am doing okay. Today I got a massage, actually, to try and get my shoulder worked on a little bit, cause she's in a little bit rough shape, but we're hanging in there. Kitsora, welcome in. Hello. I hope you're doing well. So I was working on a couple of things this afternoon, and ta-da! I have a little avatar now. Did you lift something wrong? Did you sleep wrong? Epic! How's it going, mustache? How have you been? I didn't do anything specific to my shoulder. Um, at the end of 2020, I woke up and I couldn't move my left arm at all. And to my knowledge, there was nothing to provoke it. And I haven't had full range of motion in my shoulder since then, and a lot of pain. Um, and then, like, my back is messed up when I fell a few years ago as well. What? Raine has a face now? I do. I do. Um, she's she's a little janky, but there's a software, another streamer put me onto it called Animes, and you can make like a free little avatar. So we're gonna try this out. So there's at least a little bit of a face to the disembodied voice that's always talking at you guys. She's my first little avatar, so we're gonna be nice. I've toyed with the webcam idea. It's just I'm not super comfortable being on camera in general. Like, I hate getting my picture taken, stuff like that. It's totally a me problem. Um, but this isn't too like resource intensive on my computer, so we're gonna give this a shot. I think she's cute. And my hair is pretty close to that color right now, so like that's kind of me. I'm stealing that. Oh, the animes? Yeah, you can get it for free on Steam. There's a bunch of presets, like there's like little animals, little emoji characters. I think there's a bunch of Team Fortress characters in there as well. But then there's also like a little creator thing, so you can build your own little avatar. So that's what we did. Nothing wrong with that. Do what makes you comfortable. I just the internet can be a rough place sometimes, so I feel like this would be a happy little middle for now. In the future I might try and commission um something a little bit more custom, something that is beyond my capabilities of doing, but I figured this is a good little start. It is, and it's really easy. The software is really easy to use, as so far I recommend it. Totally understand the want to be comfortable on stream. Yeah, and some advice that I got from a streamer was to do something like this because like I do want to like grow my channel, and people interact more when there's a face to the voice. So I figured this is a way that I can have a face to the voice while still being kind of comfortable and still maintaining a level of privacy on the internet as much as anyone can these days. Your Honor, the body image fluctuates so horribly. One minute I'm Icarus, basked in the sun, and the next I'm Ursula with the 1,000-yard stare. There is no winning. Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. Though I'm more often Ursula than Icarus, I will admit. But Kit, how are you doing? How have you been? How's your day been? I'm sorry I haven't been able to catch any of your streams lately. I see the notification, but it's just timing. I haven't been able to pop in. I hope your streams have been going well. The ad said no. Oh god. Wait, why is there another ad break? There was just an ad break, wasn't there? What is... Ugh. That's... I'll have to play with settings later. Sorry about that. I thought there was just an ad break. I just had a notification for one. I am confused, Your Honor. But they're at the moment a necessary evil. They're not my first choice of revenue, especially because I don't get a lot from them, but pennies, I'll take them at this point. Twitch is tweaking out. Oh my god, it just tossed me into a completely different stream. That was horrifying. I'm so sorry. Technology has been weird left and right lately. One of my tills at work yesterday would not do what I was telling it to. I would try and type in somebody's order and it wouldn't, it would, I would tap on the button for, say, a small sized drink and it would bring me to like the tea page instead of starting a small drink. The technology is haunted. There's no winning. Anyways, before the ad cut out, Kit, I was saying I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to catch any of your streams lately. It's just timing. I've been missing you, but I hope that your streams have been going well. I see the notifications. I just by the time I get the notification, I'm either at work or your stream is done. Happens. They've been doing all right so far. Well, I'm glad they're doing good. I'm so glad. You were such a sweet bean. So do I, cause I'm always fighting demons when Kit goes live. Matteo. Oh, I mean, it's rough work, but someone's got to fight the demons, right? Oh God, my masseuse absolutely beat the shit out of me today, though. I need it though. I haven't gone in a while, and it's my own damn fault because they're included in my benefits through work. I get so much coverage a year, and I haven't gone. But my plan is to go weekly because my benefits reset in October. Just it's with the fiscal year instead of um like a calendar like January, which is odd to me. I don't understand it. But since they reset in October, my plan is to just go weekly until October to use up this year's benefits. And then when they reset in October, I'll switch to monthly for maintenance. And hopefully we can work some of the nonsense out. Now to pass out for real. I open tomorrow and they've already told me that two of my people called off. Oh god. As may the force be with you and the odds ever in your favor. Get some rest, my friend. I'll message you later. We'll chat later. But get some rest. Thank you for popping in. Between myself, Fen, and Erica, the demons come from some weird and annoying places. Fuck. I can appreciate that. Ah, capitalism! Hey, I'm all for building the guillotines. 100%. I don't even need to use them. Building them isn't a crime. They just send a message. You don't have to use them. No, I'm back on like mostly my afternoons and evenings again, which works absolutely great for me. I'm good with that. Um, because mornings and I are not friends. as I am quick to point out. Yeah. We'll probably go, because we're starting a little earlier than normal, we'll probably go a little later tonight too, so we'll get hopefully some decent progress in West of Loathing. But we're gonna start the stream off right, as we always do, with a little bit of self-care. Y'all know the drill. Hydrate or hydrate, unshrimp those spines, and get a nice big stretch in, because self-care is best care. I got like one of those. I got myself a new little Tamagotchi as a little treat. There's like BTS ones because I'm a filthy K-pop stan. And it arrived today and I'm waiting for my character to show up. Alrighty, we're gonna set that there. We're gonna say gameplay starts at 14 for the VOD posterity. And I think it's time for some West of Loathing. Last time we left off, oh yeah, nostalgia view. Last time we left off, we were in the progress of hunting down, I think there's 5 different gangs that we need to get into the Dirtwater jail. We got the House in Desert, Stripey Hat Gang, the Potemkin Gang, and the Black Hats. So we're just waiting. We've... Why am I... I forgot. Oh, the walking is great. So we just have the ghost cell left. Potemkin! Gotta catch them all. Indeed. It's the Gherkin brothers, right? Pickles. And we went to the pickle factory, but I think to finish it off, I need to commune with the dead owner of the abandoned pickle factory, and my mysticality isn't high enough yet for that, so... Yeah. What is my mysticality? Oh, we're at 8. Okay. What? Hello, a place. What is that? What is it? I think it's an old abandoned pickle factory. You two pickling an entire factory? Sure. What should we do? Huge rock monster forgetting. Very bad at train yard. Any other ideas? Gary says you should take the remains of the Gherkin brothers to the clerk in the Dirtwater jail. Oh, do I just have to take the remains to them? Your booze sense alerts you to the presence of a rock. Confused, you move the rock, and sure enough, there's a bottle of booze behind it. Cheap wine. Shoo! You were afraid for a second that your booze sense had been replaced with some kind of rock sense. Good news! The stupid walking will never get old. Hey there, what's the good word? It's the Gherkin brothers, and please, I don't want to talk about it. It was really weird. I believe you. Here's the reward. 1,500 meat! Yes, and we leveled up our mysticality. Amazing. Huh, looks like these things are still twitching. Better lock them up just to be safe. Thanks a bundle. Amazing. Oh, hey, good to see you. You know, you've really cleaned up the area. I'm plumb out of bounties for you. Does that mean I get to be sheriff? No, but I guess you could be a marshal if you want. Oh, what a coincidence. That's my middle name. Oh, thanks again for all your help, Marshall. Oh, am I angry? Is that what that little sign in the corner means? Huh. Hey, I'm Raine Twitch TV. Any mail for me? Nope. Howdy, Raine. Anything I can get for you? Need any help with anything? Nope. Everything's right as rain here. If you're looking for work, you might ask the jailhouse. No, I did. Can I get some darts? Hmm? The sign on the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry. All the darts got broken months ago. That's disappointing. Is it just the rock monster left? Oh, the professor. 5 chunks of El Vibrato Scott. Okay. I wonder if we... Ooh. You recognize the familiar shape of a mine shaft entrance off in the distance. You discover the Coleridge mine. Let's check it out. Ooh. You squeeze a mug's worth out of the flowers. You get a mug of cactus beer, and I have the perk Green Thumb. What does that do? Green Thumb. You're no greenhorn when it comes to foraging. Gain experience from foraging. Okay. Or no hornet. Okay. There's a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of the fellers who used to work at this mine. The first one is labeled Ellsbury WM and doesn't have a lock on it. The label on the second one is covered in some kind of white goo. I'm sorry, what? White goo. That's not concerning at all. The third one is labeled Loose Ben and has a combination lock on it. The locker contains one of those mining helmets with a lamp on it and a bottle of laudanum. This cart was abandoned in a hurry. You got 60 meat. It's an exposed meat vein. Whoa, this just opens onto a 30-foot shaft. You're gonna need a rope or something. But I have rope. Don't I? Oh. No, I don't. Why can't I... You opened the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his coworkers played a prank on him. And where they stuffed him into his locker and then filled it with shaving cream. Shaving cream, is that what they're calling it these days? Callie! Welcome in. How's it going? How's your day been? I got it's like a free VTube avatar software that I got where you can create your own little avatar. So I got a little character now. But how's your day been? I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into that locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful, murderous intent. You're dripping. That's concerning. I've been playing Minecraft. I got it on my laptop. Ooh, nice. 10 and 2 poison. Fan hammer. Yes. Gary! Well, at least he's not suffering anymore, and his bones are really clean. I leveled up muscle, you got a skeleton bone, skull chips, and a handful of loose teeth. There's not a whole lot we can do here without rope and without figuring out what that combination is. That's okay. Oh, there's a skull just sort of rolling down the road towards you. Like, directly toward you, and when you step to one side, it swerves to match. Fuck 'em up. Boom! You punted that skull right into the sunset. And a handful of loose teeth and a gold tooth. Wait, what do I need? 20 Moxie or Hornswogglin 3. Moxie's at 15. Shoot. Do we have anything that can bump our mysticality up by 5? Or our Moxie by 5? Moxie's 3. 3. That'll do. You look around for a wine glass and don't find one, so you're forced to drink the wine straight out of the bottle. Still pretty classy. We're gonna dance at it. The rock monster is extremely strong, but that only matters if it can hit you, and it is geologically slow. Dancing around the creature, you find plenty of places to stick a knife, widening fractures and fissures created by the initial dynamite blast. Eventually, the entire thing just crumbles into gravel with an angry groan. Booyah! We leveled up grit. All in a day's work. Amazing! Well now, that is as fine a day's work as I've ever seen. Much obliged, friend. We'll be getting the rest of this track laid down and head out now. Here, I'll mark our route on your map for you, in case our paths happen to cross again. You discover a new map location, the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company Camp. Thanks, but can't I just ride the train? Got a ticket? Just kidding. Of course you don't. Every seat on this train sold out. Sorry, boss. Really. Rude. The remains of your triumph over that crazy rock pile / guy. Alright. Might as well journey that way. As you're riding down the dusty desert trail, you catch a whiff of the unmistakable scent of snake oil. You follow your nose to the wreck of an old medicine show. Let's check it out. Most of these books are fake, but there's one real one. You got an item. Oils I have known. You read the book, memorizing each and every recipe. You got a skill, potionology. Ironically, the oils from your fingers destroyed the fragile old book while you were reading it. Oh well. You get the sense that this sofa was pretty nasty even before the wagon got destroyed. You sit down at the alchemistry set and pulled out your briefcase full of snakes and snake parts. What do you want to start with? We're good for now. Docile Automatics Milkshake Hour? Howdy, Gary. Oh, wow, yikes. What's up, Gary? Weird feelings, a sensation of puzzling. Hmm? From that direction coming. You discovered the West Pole. Maybe visiting the train. Okay. Okay. The West Pole. Your elf vibrato transponder bleeps at you, and you dutifully follow the signal. Shh. Who's in charge here? It leads you to a hulking robot stomping around in the desert sand. So the answer is basically, not you. We're gonna leave him alone. Locoid. The yucca is straining against its own roots. It's a weird pile of rocks. Mess with them. These rocks are strange. They don't seem to weigh as much as they should, and they're sort of drawn to each other. You could probably make an interesting cairn out of them. Something suave. You seem to have caught me mid-suavemente. A cool zigzag, a sassy face, a cheeky gesture. You step back and admire your handiwork. Handiwork. Moxie level 8. Heavy trigger finger. That's amazing. Mess with them. We'll do something mystical. Or something suave. A sassy face. It's pretty sassy. Cool zigzag. Can we mess with it again? Oh, we can. We can come back and mess with them later. I'm so confused. Why is it bent like this? I don't know. Okay. We'll just head over to the railroad camp. Oh, you find a big crate, which probably fell off of a wagon on its way to a ranch or something. Unless maybe it just grew here wild? You've seen a lot of weird-looking cactuses in your travels. Open it. You pry the lid off the crate and help yourself to the contents. Or perhaps it's seeds, which just happen to look like the following objects. Lock, a length of rope, patent emetic, nerve pills, and blood-building tonic. Nature is weird. That's wild. I forgot about that one too. Sky stopped messing with his watch and started eating jelly beans? What you got there? Jelly beans? Yep. Can I have one? Nope. Where'd you get them? A little ways south of here, from a fella named Roy Bean. You discovered a new map, Roy Bean's House of Justice and Jelly Beans. Lady is still whistling to beat the band. Howdy, boss. Howdy, Smee. Stuck again? Yep, got ourselves one hell of a canyon to get across, and no materials for bridge building. Any ideas? There's an old mine town up north called Breadwood. They opened a lumber camp after the mines dried up. If you can fix a deal with them for the lumber we need, I can handle the engineering side of things. Cool, where is it? Smee marks the location of Breadwood Camp on your map. Of course, anything you can find to build a bridge out of is fine by me, but that seems like the simplest option. I'll see what I can do. It's one of those pay telescopes for tourists. This one was designed by a promising young artist named Edvard Munch. You pay your meat and look through the telescope at the big canyon. You lose 5 meat. It sure is big. It'll take quite a bridge to get across that thing, that's for sure. Yep. That... You can't go too far in that direction. You'd fall off the edge of the giant cliff. Okay. Oh, we got the rope, so why don't we can go back to the Coleridge mine. You see a sign that says Snake Spring over yonder. We're gonna keep going and then we'll go to Snake Spring. Another meat vein. These stones have little triangles painted on them, and they're in a triangle. It's very triangle. $62 meat. You don't like this spiral at all. It's an exposed meat vein, throbbing and pulsing. Warm. Reach in. You got an unrefined meat nugget and 30 meat. This cart looks like it's only partially real, looted anyways. You got 2 unrefined meat nuggets. Black fluid oozes from the vein. A scabrous mass sits below it on the floor. Take the fluid. You get an unrefined meat nugget and 44 meat. You don't like this. The slit runs the length of the meat vein. Reach inside. It goes in further than you expected. It's warm. Keep going. You're in up to the shoulder when you feel it. A beating heart. Rip it out. You get a meat nugget and 42 meat. Oof, looks like this guy should have picked better friends. Take the pickaxe. You don't like this one bit. What are the spirals? I don't understand. Oh, now I can mine! Excellent. Okay. Oh, that's great. I wonder if there will be other things that we can mine. Oh. Boo. Okay. You pass by 2 skeletons who are facing each other with their arms akimbo in the traditional shootout stare-down pose. When you stop to watch what happens, they both turn to look at you. Whoops. Ow! Oh, okay. You successfully destroyed both skeleton gunslingers, so I guess their shootout was a tie? Leveled up mysticality, and you got skull chips and a handful of loose teeth. I'll take it. Excuse me? You know a town's gone to pot when the horses are drunk. All is not well with this well. Don't beat this guy. It's probably dangerous to interrupt this. Just two old friends reminiscing about good times and occasionally showing one another their guns in a non-threatening way. Well, well, looks like some poor son of a biscuit wandered into town. Had a cake sucker. Wow, jeez, rude and baffling. Get used to it. We like our cussing here in Breadwood. Sure, fine, but cake sucker? We also like a bread and bread-related products. So I've noticed. Breadwood Trading Post? Trade with it. How much meat do I have? 30... 3,128. Do that. I'll do that. Oh, what can I sell? There's a spittoon. This is a spittoon, and an unusually full one. Probably best to leave it alone. Take a closer look. Look, this isn't Mom and Pop's family fun time saloon. This is a dive bar in a dive town. The people who drink in here are mainly drifters and desperados. Don't go splashing around in the literal scum of the earth. I'ma do it. Seriously, don't. This is wrong and disgusting. It's vile behavior. I have my face right up to the thing. What's it look like? No, I'm not telling you. Why are you doing this to me? I've got my hand right in there, splashing around. La 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 la. I'm not listening. You find nothing. You are the worst person in the world. I found something, all right. Like a necrotic skin disorder, I bet. Actually, it's a pair of boots. So there, Mr. Delicate Stomach. Boots, great. Boots full of bandit spit. I hope they have to invent a whole new kind of trench foot just for you. I hope they name it after you. You got spit-soaked boots. You're just jealous of my sweet new boots. Oh. Thank you for the hydrate, TKO Mike. Y'all know the drill. Hydrate or dihydrate. Tonight's stream is sponsored, not sponsored, by sparkling peached iced tea and a little bit of root beer. This guy is grimly washing dishes. He notices you looking and waves you away, irritated. What's up, Gary? Hey there, Gary. Oh, hey, another goblin telling Gary about a place near here. What kind of place? Very weird place. All seeing through it. You discover a new map location. Ghostwood. What? Okay. Howdy, Mayor. I'm Raine Twitch TV, here on behalf of the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company. We need to build a bridge in a hurry, so I'm here to cut a deal with you for the lumber. Alright, I believe we can scrape together that much wood. What sort of down payment are you offering? Oh, I just sort of expected you would bill us? You want that much lumber with no payment up front? Are you serious? I can probably offer free train rides. I do enjoy a nice train ride, but that deal would be a real problem, and I've already got 7 problems to worry about. Oh? The mayor glances at the list of problems posted on the wall and paces around nervously. Maybe I could help with some of your problems. Oh, thank you. I'd certainly welcome any assistance you can offer. Look at the problems board. You glance at the problems board, which offers a selection of current issues as well as a dire warning. Which do you want to offer to help with? Our last batch of mail never got here. We don't know if something happened to the mailman or what. Go talk to Reginald in the bunkhouse. He used to be a mailman, so he can tell you where to start your search. You read the list of Breadwood's problems. Missing mail. The last batch of mail never made it here. Overdue book. One of the library's 4 books was checked out and never turned in. Stalled logging permit. Whole swaths of forest are still standing and we can't chop them down. Soup shortage. The town's soup kitchen doesn't have any soup in it. Skeletons everywhere. Skeletons keep wandering into town and poking people in the eye. Missing yeast. The town's entire stock of yeast was stolen by the Yeasty Gang. Robbed bread bank. The town's bank was cleaned out by the Baker boys. There's a note at the bottom. Note, the last time a mayor let this list get over 3 items, we chased him out of town with his breadstick nailed to the top of his head. Ooh, okay. On the one hand, it's a modern convenience. On the other hand, it's got 0 privacy. Flush it for fun. You got a perk, the Master of Flushing? What does that do? Your toilet flushing muscles are in fantastic shape. +3 muscle. Oh gosh. There's some water and a few miscellaneous toiletries provided. Wash up. This guy seems very focused on his beard growing. Howdy. Are you Reginald? Who the fuckata are you? Name's Raine Twitch TV. The mayor's got me investigating some missing mail. Said you could give me a line on where to start looking. Oh, yeah, right. I gave up being a mailman a couple years ago, but I doubt they've changed the system much. All the mail headed here used to go through a way station just southwest of here. I'll mark it on your map. The postal way station. Thank you. This guy's just chilling by the fire. Must not be a very good fire. Howdy, stranger. I'm Hobart Buppert. You're what? Oh, I mean, hi, Hobart. I'm Raine Twitch TV. You seem like the traveling sort. Mind doing a fellow a favor? What's the favor? Thing is, my only dream in life is to see an owl skeleton. That's quite a dream. I heard they got one at the Pettin Cemetery, but... The what? The Pettin Cemetery. Is that what it sounds like? Exactly what it sounds like. But see, I ain't got the meat for the ticket. You want a loan? Nah, I got no prospects of paying it back, but I got a camera, and I figure if you went to the cemetery, you could take a picture of the owl skeleton and bring it back to me. Sure, why not? That's great, thanks a bundle. You've got the owl camera, and he marks the paintings. Okay, I will be back, owl. Oh my gosh, I need lockpicking too. Oh, wait, books. Modern snake oiler. There's an article entitled Debilitating Toxins, Where Are They Now? Gives bad medicine, a combat skill that will reduce a target's moxie. There's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction that looks like it might come in handy in a fight. Gives good medicine, a skill that lets you recover HP in combat. There's a free sample of a cologne that says it'll make your spleen bigger. Gives big spleen, a perk that lets you consume more potions in a day. We'll do good medicine. You practice making the snake oil concoction until you can do it with your eyes closed. Good medicine. When you open your eyes again, it appears that somebody has stolen your magazine. The scoundrel. I will give that to Gary. You give the bag of shroom grow to Gary, and he tears it open and starts shoving brown lumps into his mouth. A deliciousness. Gary has become more powerful. You quickly memorize the entire book. You got lock-picking expertise. After you're done reading it, you donate it to a local orphanage. Soon, those orphans will be able to make their escape. Go, orphans, go! Wait, does that mean I need lockpicking too? So we need to go to the way station. It says Postal Service property, no trespassing. Trespass. It's a stack of old newspapers. Go through them. Oh, hey, there's an undelivered letter underneath the stack. It's addressed to Roy Bean. Blank. Oh, wait, there's actually a postcard in there that you could use. It's a stack of old newspaper. Somebody has removed all the funnies, so there is literally no reason to care about them. Stack of old newspapers. Oh, there's an article in here about how they had to change the name of a nearby cemetery due to so many skeletons being raised there. You mark down the cemetery's location on your map. Reboot Hill. The cabinet is full of maps, but you have no idea what any of them mean. Maybe you could ask about it at the post office in Dirtwater. A big map of the whole region with lots of confusing annotations on it. You don't even want to know what bureaucratic processes were involved in the placement of this outhouse. Yeah, we'll pop back over to Dirtwater. Hey, I need some help tracking down some missing mail. How do you mean? A mail delivery went missing on the way to Breadwood, and I'm hunting it on behalf of their mayor. The local mail station has a bunch of route maps, but I don't know which one I need. Well, that information ain't exactly secret, but I ain't supposed to just give it out either. The delivery going missing is bad news, though, so I suppose it's alright, just this once. Wait here a sec. After a couple of minutes, she comes back with a sheet of notepaper. Okay, so each map has a code number on it, you see? Based on region and direction of travel. She explains how to work out the code you need and gives you a cheat sheet for reference. You got the postal code cheat sheet. Thank her and leave. Okay. Oh, wait, can I send a postcard? I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus, letting him know that what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Perfect. Way station. My mysticality is not high enough. Okay. You use the cheat sheet to find the route map that leads to Breadwood. Follow the map. Travel to Breadwood. You follow the map, and along the route to Breadwood, you find a suspicious-looking house. You discovered Chuck's house. Something about this house makes you suspicious. You can't quite put your finger on it. The place looks perfectly normal after all, but you can't shake the feeling that there's something very wrong here. Maybe you're just paranoid. All of the windows are shot out. It's unmarked. There's no name on it or anything. You approach the door hesitantly. You could be getting yourself into a real bad situation. Knock. You knock on the door. A voice inside calls out, "Come in. It's open." It's always open. A cellar door. Man, I bet it's all kinds of horror down there. Like some kind of medieval torture dungeon. The door creaks open, and you step inside the house. The interior is an absolute nightmare. The walls are covered with rusty chains and hooks, as well as a variety of wicked-looking knives and shears. A man of indeterminate age and slightly hunched posture grins widely as you enter, his eyes gleaming. He's standing near a large puddle of blood on the floor. Hello. My name is Chuck. Welcome to my little blood and breakfast. Your what? Blood and breakfast. Oh, sorry. I have a lisp. A lisp. Yes, it makes lud sound like lud, and bed and breakfast. I see. People also tell me I emphasize words oddly, but I don't get that at all. Uh-huh. There's a pantry shelf with various tins and jars on it. Take a closer look. There's nothing very unusual, but you do notice 2 jars of tea leaves labeled Sleepy Time and Earl Grape. Sorry, that's private. That's my blood room. Your what? My blood room. My bedroom. Oh, right. Gotcha. This is a large collection of steel chains and hooks, as well as knives, shears, and other bladed implements. Everything is covered with rust, or possibly dried blood, or possibly both. Ah, you've noticed my collection. Yeah, it's, dramatic. It all belonged to my father and his father before him. They were butchers. And you? I do a little bit, but not professionally. I broke with family tradition to run my little blood and breakfast. I can't help but notice you have a giant pool of blood on your floor. Blood? Oh, no. I can see why you might think that, as this is certainly red like blood, but this is tomato soup. Tomato soup? Yes, I spilled my lunch. Very clumsy of me. I was just getting started cleaning it up when you arrived. Somebody got stabby, indeed. I see. It's locked. But it is locked to keep you out, or locked to keep something in. Whoa, it's a plot code lock. Those things are unpickable. Wait, why don't we go see Roy Bean? Because we've got a letter for him. Roy must prefer to perform his morning ablutions outdoors. Perform some of your own. What is this even hooked up to? Flush it and see. Howdy there, Pilgrim. Name's Roy Bean. Howdy, Roy. I'm Raine Twitch TV. What do you do here? Well, when I first came to these parts, I was all about 2 things. Dispensing justice and dispensing jelly beans. I was the biggest name in bounty hunting and candy selling anyone ever heard of. Gosh, what happened? Oh, nothing particularly tragic. Got old is all. Hung up my pistol for good. Points at the wall. Look over. He's pointing at an empty hook on the wall over her spittoon. I still sell some jelly beans from time to time, but they're out of fashion. This old place is just a jelly bean museum now. I found this letter addressed to you. A letter? Give it to him. You hand over the letter. He opens it, reads it, snorts derisively, and tosses it into the fireplace behind him. Thanks anyways. For a jelly bean museum, I sure don't see very many jelly beans. Huh, bunch of crooks and shady characters stole 'em. All 3 jars. Suppose they think I'm a soft target now that I'm retired. Oh, shucks, that sucks. I'll help you get 'em back. Well now, I certainly appreciate the assistance. Can't offer much in the way of reward, but I can tell you which way the first group of thieves went if you happen out that direction. Cool. It's a spittoon. Nothing special about it. Investigate. As soon as you get near the spittoon, you can smell the overpoweringly sweet stench it exudes. Nauseatingly sweet, like the rotting corpse of a dead gummy bear. Look inside. garish rainbow colors swirl together in a congealing psychedelic madness. Is Roy using jelly beans as chewing tobacco? Yes, yes, of course he is. Investigate further. We're talking about a bowl of jelly beans that have been sucked on, half chewed, and then spat into a brass bucket. Do you seriously want to put your hand in that swill of artificial coloring and thickened saliva? It will probably never be clean again. Go for it. Look, I'm serious. You're about to permanently dye your hand with a swirling mishmash of all of the worst colors in the spectrum. No one will ever have a tattoo that looks as gross or as stupid. Give it to me. Well, I tried. Don't ever say I didn't warn you. You plunge your hand into the spittoon and fish around for a while. Eventually, you pull out a really disgusting pistol and a really disgusting hand to shoot it with. You got a perk, the spittoon hand, and you've got the befouled pistol. Yay! what does what does the what does the perk do? Oh, spittoon hand. Your hand has been permanently stained by the rainbow-colored contents of a nasty spittoon. On the bright side, that hand will never suffer anything worse than that ever again. Get 20% hot resistance, cold resistance, and sleaze resistance. Deals stench damage instead of physical, +6 moxie. Let's do it. There is a single yellow jelly bean in this case with a sign that says Paraguayan murder bee honey jelly bean, very rare, 6,000 meat. What kind of lunatic would pay 6,000 meat for a single jelly bean? Not me. Oh, incredible. Okay. Jelly bean thieves hideout. Your transponder starts making that bleeping noise that means either treasure or a monster, and who can resist that gamble? Not you. At least not in this encounter. Anyway, your involuntary risk-taking is rewarded when you find a high-tech crate. Sadly, it's locked. I don't have a keystone. No. You approach the bandits seated around the fire. The meanest-looking one speaks up. Dunno who you think you are, stranger, but you better turn yourself right around and head back the way you came. Listen, you want to eat lead. Well, that's not very neighborly. Take a hike, neighbor. You fellas stole a jar of jelly beans from an old man, and I aim to have them back. Oh, is that right? And just how are you planning on doing that? With words. Listen, fellas, you stole a jar of candy from an old man. This is such a small, petty, sad little crime. It barely even qualifies as a crime. If this ends up on a wanted poster, you're gonna be the laughing stock of the criminal community. More importantly, what would your mothers think? I'm giving you a chance to turn away from this life of crime before it's too late, and I suggest you take it, because I'm pretty sure this is not a life you're suited to. The bandits hang their heads shamefully and shuffle away. You leveled up your muscle. Amazing. It's the missing beans. You got the mint jelly beans. The bandits' meager food supply. They should have been robbing grocery stores. Loot it. You got jellied escargot and sugar guns. A cache of ill-gotten goods. You got a handful of nails, hog oil, and a Kurtz Fit headband. It's a pretty nice bedroll. You must have stolen it from a hiker or something. Dynamite! Excellent. Loot it. A length of rope. Hog oil and meat. Perfect. What up, Gary? Hello, Gary. Oh, a place for going. Gary is thinking of one. Really? What's that? A cactus. A biggest cactus ever seen, with goblins inside. You discover a new map location. Oh, Granddad. Well, that does sound interesting and or weird. This is a headband formerly worn by an exercise-obsessed lunatic. It has Kurtzfit's trademark printed on it so many times that it's legible from every possible angle. Jesus. Okay. So pop back over to Roy. You find a rectangular hole roughly 3 feet wide by 6 feet long by 6 feet deep, so it's either a grave or the future site of half an in-ground hot tub. Jump in and see what you find. The stuff you find in it makes you lean more towards the grave theory. You got buried whiskey, a handful of old coins, and an old wedding ring. Howdy, Raine. You recover that jar of jelly beans by any chance? Sure did. Well, I'll be. Thank you kindly, Raine. I won't ask for details, but I hope they were sufficiently grisly. I got my moxie up. Excellent. Now, the second jar of jelly beans was stolen by a passel of them weird goblin fellas. Couldn't understand a word they was saying, but they were very insistent. Which way'd they go? Northwest, toward that huge old cactus folks call Old Granddad. Why not? Ooh, madness maw mine. What are you? You aren't one of us. Begone from this place, interloper. Now you know something bad is going down. Nobody good uses the word interloper. I have to jump on him. 29. Master, aid me. What the fuck? Guard kicks you out of... further out of the mine. Okay. Never mind. We'll come back to that. You find a crate lying on the side of the road. It has Lost Dutch Oven Mine stenciled on it. Isn't that the way in the opposite corner in the territory? That's pretty lost. You pry the lid off the crate and help yourself to the contents. A can of kerosene and dynamite. I'll take it. Look at the size of that thing. Ah! Pointy! The guard blocks your path. Hey, hi! No climbing for a humans! Talk to them. I'm here for taking back a jar of jelly beans you goblins stealing. Oh! What? Jelly beans. Little colorful sugar things? Oh, little fruit rocks. Yeah, those. Those are for the pile. What? Anyway, no upstairs for humans. Maybe we can be trading? No trading, but you can bribing me. Ah, cool. What are you wanting? A candy bar. A good human candy bar. Of the bubbles having, you knowing? Do you mean this? The bar of soap? Oh, yes, wonderful. Thanking you. Can I climbing now? Sure. Awesome. This is a pile of goblin junk. There's a gash in the wall of the cactus here, revealing a vein of sticky purple goo. There's another goblin here blocking another ladder. Hello, no climbing for humans, too bad. Can I bribing you to letting me climbing? Okay, what are you wanting? Cactus syrup. A delicious vein is being in the other room, but had losing my tap. Oh. Okay, I can't do anything just yet. That's okay. Why don't we try and take a picture of the owl? Howdy! Welcome to the Gorming Lancaster's one and only petting cemetery. It's educational and entertainal, and only 500 meat for a lifetime pass. Petting cemetery? That's right, a wide variety of guaranteed genuine animal skeletons, and you're free to touch them to your heart's content. Well, with your hands, that is. No riding. Can I feed them? You can try. Neat. Interest you in a membership, miss? That is exorbitant. It's a lifetime membership. If you were younger, it'd be worth more. Fair enough. Fuck. How much meat do I have? I don't know. Oh, it's right up there. God, I'm dumb. 473. Duppers Jr. suddenly gets spooked by something off the side of the trail, and it's easy to understand why. There's a horse skeleton in the ditch, which is a thing that's probably extra spooky if you're a horse. Hop down and investigate. Approaching the horse more closely, you see the tattered remains of a pair of Pony Express saddlebags on its skeletal flanks. The starboard bag is empty, but the port one contains a skeletal human hand with a ring on it. You conclude that either the horse's rider died with his hand in the saddlebag, or somebody is really sad that the skeleton hand they ordered never showed up, even though they paid extra to have it sent Pony Express. Either way, free ring. The ring of getting places faster. Okay, so where do I gotta go? As Duppers Jr. carefully navigates a bunch of weird rock formations, everything suddenly goes silent. Everything except the racing of your pulse, that is, because you've stumbled across a horrifying ungulith. Oh. You crush that stone cow into cow powder. You leveled up mysticality, and you got an ungulith horn and an infernal soul fragment. What? Trespass. Okay. But I don't know where I gotta go. Fuck. What a place is! It's a postal way station. Do you know about mail? How do goblins communicate over long distances? Popping! Spores floating on winds, new goblin growing, saying a message. Breadwood man's troubles to keeping us from lumber, to fixing his problems best idea? Gary reminds you that a feller in the Breadwood bunkhouse wanted a picture of an owl. We're in the missing shipment. Huh? All the buildings in this little town are weirdly hazy and translucent, like... Oh... Ghosts. It's literally a ghost town. Alright, fair enough. You might expect to be able to just walk straight through the door of a ghost building, but some kind of force is preventing that. I guess you could knock on the force. Your fist makes a distant echoey plap sound on the barroom door, and a ghastly voice comes from out of nowhere. Howdy there, girl. New in town? Yeah, I was wondering if... Sorry, I can't do business with you until you have a visitor identification card. I ain't supposed to even talk to you, really. Okay, where do I get one? Try the town hall down the end of the street. Your fist makes a distant echoey plap sound on the door of the town hall, and a ghostly voice calls out of nowhere. Ah, visitor. You'll be needing a visitor identification card. I guess so. I'll be happy to fill in the forms. Most living people have trouble holding the pages. You'll be needing a number 3 pencil. If you're filling in the form, can't you just use your own pencil? I will be, but the instructions say very clearly that the applicant must have a number 3 pencil. A number 3 pencil? Isn't a number 2 pencil the usual kind? I suppose, but a number 3 pencil is 50% more official. Well, okay. Where can I get one? Try the Department of Requisitions. It's just next door. You mean the general store? It's a little more specific these days, but yes. Hello. Excuse me, I need a... Sorry, can't help you unless you have a visitor ID. But I need a pencil for... No visitor ID, no supplies. Hello? The general store won't give me a pencil without a visitor ID. No, certainly not. They aren't authorized to deal with anyone who doesn't have ID. So how am I supposed to get a number 3 pencil? I suppose I could issue you a temporary visitor permit. You don't need a pencil for that one. Okay, great. What's your last name? Twitch TV. First name? Raine. Middle name? Marshall. Great. Where are you from, Raine Marshall Twitch TV? I'm staying in Dirtwater at the moment. Ugh, well, if your sight's low enough, you'll never be disappointed. Alright, how many bars are in the window of the adjunct department or records? What? It's a quiz to make sure you've actually been paying attention to and care about our little town instead of just breezing through to show your dedication. Correct. Alright, everything seems to be in order. Here's your temporary visitor's pass. It expires in 11 seconds? Excuse me. Hello. How can I help you, Miss Twitch TV? I need a number 3 pencil. No problem. We'll just have you fill out a requisition form. Your visitor's permit has expired? Are you shitting my dick right now? My visitor pass expired. Can I have another one? Alright, I'll just need to ask you a few questions. Twitch TV, Raine, Marshall, staying in Dirtwater. 6. Why does it expire in 11 seconds? Boring Springs, never heard of it. What's it like? It's nice. 6. This temporary pass is basically useless. Maybe there's somewhere else you can find a pencil around here. Your fist makes a distant, echoey plap sound on the jailhouse door, and a ghostly voice comes from out of nowhere. Nobody's home. Excuse me, but never heard of you. Not sure you could lead a horse to this, even if you wanted to. This is a regular cactus. Well, the ghost of a regular cactus. Well, the ghost of a regular cactus with the ghost of a pencil stabbed into it. You managed to snag the pencil with the corner of your temporary visitor permit and yank it out of the cactus. Nice. Oh, wait. This is a number 4 pencil. Okay, I got a pencil. That, madam, is a number 4 pencil, not a number 3. I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Look, a number 4 is like 33% more official, right? Nice try, but it obviously doesn't work like that. Can't I, like... There's a mounted... Go ahead and sharpened ghost pencil. Oh. Right. A number 3 pencil. Here it is. That's a number 4 pencil. No, it's 75% of a number 4 pencil. I see. I don't see anything about this in the bylaws. Very well, I suppose it will do. Let's get you started on that visitor identification permit. Thank God. Last name, Twitch TV. First name, Raine. Marshall. Boring Springs. 6. What? But it was 6. This is tedious. I need a drink immediately. No problem, beer or whiskey. Whiskey. Good choice. Only one small problem. And that is, I'm out of whiskey requisition forms. Mind going down to administration and picking one up for me? Administration. I need a whiskey requisition form for the bar down the street. Bar? Oh, you mean the Department of Libations. Sure, I can give you a whiskey requisition form. Great, is what I'd like to say, but I'm out of form transfer envelopes. What? Can't transfer a form to a different department without a form transfer envelope to make sure it doesn't get tampered with during transport. You've got to be joking. No, madam, this is serious business. I'll tell you what, though. They should have a supply of spare form transfer envelopes at the Department of Requisitions next door. Form transfer envelope. Color? Inner department. Red. Ooh, red. You must really need that drink. Here you go. Okay. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, a red transfer envelope. You must be really thirsty. Okay, let's get this filled out. Twitch. Raine. Marshall. Let me match that up against your visitor ID. Raine, Marshall, Twitch TV. Yep, that all looks good. So can I get that whiskey now? Sorry, we're fresh out of whiskey. I hereby vow to destroy this place. I will raise the buildings and salt the earth. Now, don't get all bent out of shape. If you go tell the Department of Requisitions, they'll set us up with a fresh case. The Department of Libations out of whiskey. Thanks for letting us know. We'll get a case sent over. I don't have to fill anything out? No, that'll be handled on delivery. Great. In 2 days. Hey, don't look at me that way. There's a lot of processing and forms for a booze delivery. Ghost beer. Is that all that... You hear the crackle of a north-southwestern lightning stake. Too bad you don't have a forked lightning rod with you. Wait, that wouldn't work at all, would it? I'll fight it anyways. It's a little bit frightening, but your attacks were even faster than lightning. Got a snake spleen, a snake liver, and an electric skin snake. Excuse me. Yes, how can I help you? You said you were running a bed and breakfast here. Yes, that's what I slud, yes. Has a mailman been by recently? Why, yes, my last guest was a mailman. Such a nice fellow. It's a shame he's no longer with us. I hope you just mean that he left. I'd like to think he'll always be here in spirit. Can I have a look at the guest room? It's in the cellar, but I'm afraid it's unavailable at the moment. My last guest has only just checked out, and I still need to clean up the mess. It's on the menu. Homemade sausages and tomato soup. I also have a special tea blend that's a real knockout. What kind of sausages? Long pork sausages. My grandfather's own recipe. Did you just say long pork? That's right. I make them longer than regular pork sausages. They're more filling that way. This is puzzling and uncomfortable for many different reasons. You mentioned a special tea blend? Yes, a special herbal blend that puts my guests right to sleep. It's very effective. This tree looks like it wants a hug, but I don't recommend that. It's probably just pretending to be friendly so it can suck out your soul. Scary. This is a scaring place. There's something creepy about it. It's very quiet. Many terrors, Gary is betting. Maybe. Hmm. Well, why don't we... Fort Memoriam. Okay. Just gonna take a little sippy sip. Alright. Fort Memoriam. Huh. Not many people would walk around in a cow hat in this day and age. Not to imply they were ever in fashion or anything. Hey, I'm Raine. Hi, I'm Melvin. What's with the hat? We're doing historical reenactments. You're playing a tabletop war game. Well, okay, sure, but a historical one. Anyway, we only switched to this after we quit doing real enactments. Why'd you quit? It was too much exercise, and somebody kept refusing to lie down when he got killed. You missed. What's this game you're playing? Oh, you probably aren't familiar with this type of board game. It's a very specialized form of entertainment. What I mean is, you seem to be using Flintlock 4000 rules, but my brother's set didn't have cows. Oh, well, yeah, we had to mod them in ourselves. Cool, huh? Can I play? Well, the rules are pretty complex. I don't think the others will want to stop to play a teaching game. I already know it. My brother used to bug me to play with him all the time so he could test his strategies. Then great, yeah. We're short a player on the cow side. Step up the table and grab a dice. Grab some dice. The shelf is laden with candy. Help yourself if you want some. Got cloves drops, cat's eye candy, and peppermint drops. This guy doesn't seem interested in the game. He's just noodling around on his guitar. Hey, what's up? Not into the game? Nah, I mean, I like games, that's why I hang out with these guys, but I've gotten bored of these strategy war games. I want something different. Like what? Well, I like playing the guitar, so I was thinking some kind of guitar game where you pretend you're in a band and you have to hit the right chords. That sounds hard, if you don't already know how to play guitar. Yeah, I thought of making like a real simplified version of a guitar, but then it wouldn't be much fun for me. I have an idea. Instead of pretending to play in a band, why don't you join an actual band and play guitar for real? I know a place that's looking for talent. Huh. Put my guitar skills to actual use? That's not a bad idea. Okay, cool. It's the Jewel Saloon in Dirtwater. Tell him I sent you. Thanks a bunch. I'll head out right now. Godspeed, Guitar Man. This pile of trash smells very, very bad. You power through the stench and find a few non-garbage items in the pile. The liquid in this spittoon is bright yellow. I feel like that's all that needs to be said about it. Look closer. I'll never understand you. Alright, well, you crouch down next to the spittoon. From the nauseatingly sweet stench coming off of it, it appears that these nerds haven't been using it as a makeshift urinal as you may have suspected, but rather they're using bright yellow lemon lime soda flavored chewing tobacco. Unless, well, another possibility is that they have been using it as a urinal, and they're all extremely diabetic, which, now that I think about it, is a real possibility. In fact, it is probable that both these things are true. Search it! Really? You're going to put your hand in the nerd's piss and or spit bucket. Just gonna dive right in there, huh? Just gonna splash around in that sticky yellow broth of spit and pee with no restraint whatsoever. I sure am. With a fanfare of sad trombones and a choir of angels retching, a sword rises out of the spittoon, held aloft by a wet, bedraggled, and miserable-looking woman's arm. Since you're already kneeling, the arm wastes no time before tapping you on both shoulders with the sword, splashing your clothes with the yellow slime, and officially declaring you Raine Twitch TV, Queen of Filth. Congratulations! The sword clatters on the floor as the hand drops it with a shudder and withdraws into the spittoon. You got Belch Scalliper. Long live the queen! Oh god. The stove is sad and neglected. Yeah. I bet it is. Mysticality. This guy is eating chips like they're going out of style. Oh wait, he's a nerd. Nerds don't care about what's in style. Hi, I'm Raine. Hi, I'm Jeff. You like this game? Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm working on some rule mods for naval combat so we can do older wars, though, like the conquistadors and Vikings and stuff. Conquistadors versus Vikings would be pretty cool. Man, I know, right? How'd you get into this? Well, I have a lot of time to read at my job, and mostly I read a lot of history, so when I saw a flyer for this historical reenactment thing, I thought it sounded interesting. They'd already quit doing the real reenactments by the time I joined, but this is pretty good too, and painting the figurines gives me something else to do at work. Hi, I'm Raine. Howdy, I'm Ernie. What's this kinetoscope reel you're talking about? Oh man, you haven't seen the Dickinson's experimental sound film yet? It's amazing. What's it about? Well, there's two guys dancing while a third guy plays a violin into a huge cone. You can actually hear the violin. It's so great. And then a fourth guy walks in. What does he do? Nothing. That's when it ends. That sounds pretty avant-garde. How's the game going? Pretty good. We're on a real winning streak. If we'd been in charge of the army when the real war happened, things might have gone a lot differently. Probably the real war was a lot more unbalanced in terms of unit allotments. Good point. Mom made Rufus stop drinking that brand of soda after he didn't sleep for 4 days and started yammering about putting our cat in a box to see if he was alive or not. I am Raine. Hi, I'm Buddy. So, how do you like this game? It's pretty good. I prefer the science fiction version, though. What's that like? It's real interesting. It has vehicles that move without horses and guns that fire more than once before reloading. Oh, that sounds really imba. How'd you get into this? I was in the actual war. Made it out with only a few scars and a limp, fortunately, on account of how I spent the whole thing hiding in a cave. When I heard about reenactments, I signed up to find out what I missed. This is probably not a whole lot like what you missed. Yeah, better snacks for one. Battle of Cow Ridge, 1880. Oh, I see. Why isn't my other cow moving? Oh, I see. Okay, I gotta kill him first. Okay. Oh. I think I know what I need to do. I should have killed him. Fuck. We'll try one more time. There we go. There we go. Fuck. Okay. Is that the last one? Wow, you're really good at this game. Getting good was the only way to keep my little brother from lording it over me all the time. I feel like we should give you some kind of prize. I've got some leftover guns from when I was gluing the figurines together. Want them? Sure. We'll leave it around. Okay. You hear gunshots and someone shouting nearby and decide to investigate. This instinct is basically what separates an adventurer from a sane person. You find a bandit in scorched and blackened clothes, wildly firing his pistol at the scenery. Everything he shoots somehow bursts into flames. Go to hell, cactus! Go to hell, scorpion! Go to hell, rock! Hee-ha! Ha 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 ha! Looks like we got a real character here. Yes, wow. Just sending a little scenery to the cow lords below. How's about I send you too? You'll make fine and dandy pets for my master. Try sending your bosses this. You pitch a bundle of dynamite at the guy, who shoots it reflexively. When the dust and smoke clears, all that's left is a gun, a crater, and a hat drifting down to the ground. You got a smoking gun, black hat, and leveled up glamour. Right. Why not? Got a cultist mask. The cultist ignores you. It says, Dear Jeff, the big guy says to stay out of here. Praise be Roberto. Sincerely, Jeff. Who's Roberto? Your elf vibrato transponder goes crazy when you get near these rocks. Your deft picking reveals a ladder leading downward. The screen on the machine says Chanho Cha-cha-chano. There are 4 buttons. machine emits a noise like a duck, and a slot opens. You're not sure what you're supposed to learn from that. Got an El Vibrato cylinder. Oh, the Elvato scraps in your pack vibrate, so you stick them in the slot, but nothing happens. Must not be enough. You encounter a goblin wearing a battered cowboy hat, 2 large spurs, and a rusty sheriff's badge. It seems extremely excited to have spotted you, and though it tries to put on a stern face, it can't mask its glee. Freezing, crimes doer. You are underneath arrest. What? Why? What did I doing? Crimes. You so much criming. I never am criming. Telling it at a judge, crimes doer. What makes you say I'm a crimer? Well, looking at you. Looking at all this criming. Have Gary deal with it. Gary intercedes, presumably as your attorney, and eventually manages to convince the other goblin that you haven't been doing any criming. The goblin seems very disappointed and awkwardly moseys away with its oversized spurs jangling. Thank you, Gary. Oh, You see the ghost of an elderly woman holding flowers. She seems lost and depressed, above and beyond what's expected for a ghost. Howdy, ma'am. Is there anything I can help you with? Oh, it's so awful. I can't remember. I can't remember at all. Let's start at the beginning, okay? Well, you see, I had 4 daughters. They married 4 brothers, the Smith boys, and after that, they each had 5 daughters of their own. Unfortunately, I outlived every one of the 24 of them. You know you're a ghost, right? Holy shit, you're playing something different. Hey, Chris, welcome in. How's your day been? And yeah, this is part 3. This is the 3rd stream that I'm in for West of Loathing. I beat Persona 5 last week. But how are you? I refurbed an N64 controller. How'd that go? Oh, yes. In fact, I died here in this graveyard, where they're all buried. I came to visit them, and I suppose my poor old heart finally gave out. That's not the problem, though. 95 years is a pretty good run, after all. So, what'd you forget? I brought this bouquet of flowers to put on my favorite granddaughter's grave, but I can't remember which one of them was my favorite. I'm so ashamed, and I can't bear to leave until I've remembered. I see. Well, maybe I can help you figure it out. Oh, thank you. I'd appreciate that ever so much. Tear down, clean, new analog stick. Works well now. Very nice. Can you remember anything about your granddaughter? Well, I'm quite certain her first name ended in a vowel. I remember I was 40 when she was born. Oh, no, 37. Or was it 42? I must have been somewhere in that range at least. Okay, so between 37 and 42. Her first name was longer than her last name, just like mine. She isn't buried next to any of my daughters. She passed at the same age as poor Becky, who was always in such ill health. Oh, and her favorite hobby was knitting. She knit me a lovely sweater for Crimbo just the year before she died, and that's all I can remember. Knitting. Okay, hang on. Okay, so her first name ends in a vowel. Her first name is longer than her last name. And she was the same age as Becky when she died. Okay. Becky. 43, 53, so 10, 53. So she was 16 when she died. Wait, how many Beckys are there? Fuck. Mezzo Becky. You uncover a coffin that was apparently delivered by mail because it still has the address printed on it. Either that, or this was a joke about somebody going to Hellstrom Ranch after they died. You discovered Hellstrom Ranch. Okay. Okay, so she was born between 37 and 42. 18. Okay. She isn't buried next to any daughters. It's all the bits we could find. Oh. Yeah, might as well. Read. The document describes a taunting the burial wishes of Chet Bustersley and a weird sequence of letters. BTLITR. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. BTLITR. Inside there's a document and a weird little metal object. You pick up the object and it looks like the piece of a broken key. Skeleton doesn't seem particularly threatening apart from being a general reminder of your own mortality. Hello. Who are you? My name's Bernard, but shh! Lower your voice. They'll hear us. Who, the cultists? Shh! Yes. Not a fan? They're reanimating dead people's skeletons. I don't want to be reanimated. It sounds horrible. Can you imagine having to walk around without your skin on? How embarrassing. Not to mention cold. Sure, well... Plus, I mean, dying's hard enough. Who wants to come back to life just when you've gotten used to being dead, right? I could see that. Please, can you do something? I don't want them to find me. Alright, I'll let you know when it's safe. Great, thanks. I'll just hang back here until the coast is clear. Oh, goodness. You're not gonna make it past this whirling bones without, well, making it so there's no barrier of whirling bones here anymore. These cultists look like they're barely maintaining control over that skeleton. You throw a rock at the skeleton, which instantly explodes. Wow, that must have been a real high-energy ritual they were doing. You jerk, we were using that skeleton. You guys are jerks for using a skeleton in the first place. Why, I oughta. Oh, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Yeah. So angry that you pass out. You wake up in the next morning in your bed. Gary must have carried you back here after you got knocked out. You're a little sore, but not otherwise any worse for wear. You are pretty hungry though, and sober. Actually, I like that. I thought I had a little tiny piano. Might as well. A grim-looking cowboy rides up and blocks your path. Hold it. This area is full of cows, and I can't let you go any further. It ain't safe for regular folks. Y'all go ahead and turn back now. Well, thanks for the warning, but what if I refuse? I'll use force if I gotta. You're going to ensure my safety by beating me up? I recognize the conundrum, but it's the times we're living in. One side, fella. Hey now. I said I ain't letting you pass, and I meant that. Just... Sorry, guy. You beat the hell out of the cowboy and take his fancy silver pistol. I'm not sure what the lesson is here, but he's probably learned it. It's a portal to hell. You hear ominous mooing. Ringing this will attract the attention of at least one infernal cow. The only part of this shed that didn't burn down was the part that this horseshoe was attached to. Guess it really is good luck. You find an abandoned crate on the side of the trail addressed to Fort Treason. I guess whoever was in charge of delivering it figured, well, screw those guys. You crack open the crate's hard outer shell and collect the sweet inner meat. Except it isn't meat, it's items. Military-grade whiskey and an incendiary bullet. Sorry, that analogy wasn't very good. Alright, what else can I help you with? We're running out of trees around here, and I need you to expand our operation a bit. Problem is, we need a logging permit from the next town, and the whole place up and diced before the paperwork was settled. The town died? Okay, guess I'll check it out. A ranch. Let's not. No, thank you. You notice an old crate off to the side of the trail. It looks like it's been there for a while since weeds and/or cactuses have grown up around it, depending on where you got this random event. You brush the weeds/cactuses out of the way and help yourself to this randomly generated contents: a can of kerosene, dynamite, and a lodestone ring. Ooh. How may I be of service? I'm here on behalf of the mayor of Breadwood. He needs a permit to do some logging in this area. I see, well, that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just need to review the logging records to make sure there are no disqualifying incidents. Go to the Department of Records. It's 2 doors down. And tell him I need the Breadwood file pertaining to logging. Not yet. Is something wrong? Not yet, just I'm steeling myself in anticipation. Miss Twitch TV, was it? What can I do for you? I'm supposed to pick up a file on the town of Breadwood. Oh, you want the Department of Records? It's next door. This is the adjunct Department of Records. Thank you. Knock knock. Department of Records, how can I help you, Miss Twitch TV? I'm supposed to pick up a file on the town of Breadwood. One moment, please. Breadwood. Applewood, Antiwood, Badwood. Did you mean Baglewood? No, it's Breadwood. Must be a suburb. Beaverwood, Bestwood, Bitterwood, Bloodwood. Ah, here we are, Breadwood. Which section did you need? The logging records. That section has been downgraded from disuse. You'll need to pick it up from the adjunct Department of Records next door. Naturally. Bring it back here when you've got it, and I'll put it in an official interdepartment document transfer folder for you. Is that really necessary? Absolutely. You can't transfer documents between departments without interdepartment document transfer folder. It's unthinkable. Fine. What can I do for you? Department of Records sent me over here to pick up a file. Great, which file? Logging reports for the town of Breadwood. Alright, 1 second. Ah, here we are. Well, all these pages are loose. I can't give them to you like this. What if they blow away? I'm just taking them next door. They're giving me a documents folder. It'll be fine. No. What if a freak gust of wind? What if there's a freak gust of wind as soon as you leave here? It would be chaos. So what do you propose? Well, fortunately, I happen to be the one person in town officially authorized to use a stapler. So you'll staple them together for me, right? I'd be glad to. But I don't have a stapler. Of course you don't. Don't worry, all you gotta do is go to the Department of Requisitions next door and requisition one. So I'll bring you a stapler and you'll give me the file. Yep. Something I can get for you, Miss Twitch TV? I need a stapler. Alright, first we'll need to fill out a requisition form. I figured. Yep, that checks out. Cake or pie? Excuse me? Your dessert preference, cake or pie? Ugh, well, despite that, everything seems to be in order. I'll get this filed. Here's your stapler. Thanks. Got your stapler. Great. There's nothing better than that new stapler smell. Can I have that logging report now? You bet. For junk. Here you go. Freshly stapled and wind resistant. Thanks. Department of Records. Back with the papers. Alright, let me just put those in an official interdepartment document transfer folder for you. Here you are. Thank you. I've got the file for you. The Breadwood logging records. Fine, let's have a look. Oh, for the love of... What's wrong? That idiot stapled the pages together right in the middle. This is why we took his damn stapler away in the first place. The file is unreadable. You're going to have to take it back and tell him to unstaple it. Am I gonna need to get like a staple remover? Administration wants you to unstaple these papers. Oh, sorry, I'm only authorized for stapling, not unstapling. Try next door at the Department of Records. I think they have an unstapler there. I need some papers unstapled. Okay, I'm a fully authorized unstapler, so that's no problem. Spoke too soon, did you? Well, it's just that I don't see the staple remover anywhere. Oh, that's right. The Department of Libations borrowed it to open beer bottles. It's not that hard to pull a staple out with your fingers. I know. I know. Do you have the Department of Records staple remover? Sure do. That thing pops the tops off beer bottles like you wouldn't believe. So long as it removes staples, I'll be happy. I imagine it does, but I'm afraid I'm not authorized for unstapling. You'll have to take it back over to records. Here you are. I could just unstaple it now that I have it. Here's your stapler remover back. Great, let me just have a look at those paper yours. Adjunct records up to his old tricks again, I see. These don't even need to be stapled. That's what the interdepartment document transfer folder is for, after all. Chunk. Alright, there you go. Alright, I'm back with an unstapled redwood logging file. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, I can't see any problems with this. I'm frankly amazed. Let's get started on the paperwork for that logging permit. I am no longer amazed. It's an important skill to have in case you ever staple your nuts together. Last name. First name. Marshall. Sign. Let me check that against your visitor identification. Raine Marshall Twitch TV. Okay, that's fine. I just need to stamp this here. And sign here. Scribble. And now you sign it here. Sign. And also here. Sign. And initial here. Initial. And here. And sign here. Good. Now just take this back to the mayor of Brentwood and have him sign on this line and initial over here. Are you kidding me? I don't know how to do that. This town can suck my nuts. Excuse me, Mayor. I have some papers you need to sign for that logging permit. Oh, alright. Oh, ghost paper. This stuff is weird. Yeah. I think I need a ghost pencil for this. Here, you can borrow mine. Sign down here and initial over here. After some fumbling with the ghostly pencil, the mayor eventually manages to sign and initial the form. Alright, Mayor, I'll be back soon with that permit. God willing. Good luck. Right. You hear the crackle of a north-southwestern lightning snake. Too bad you don't have a forked lightning rod with you. Wait, that wouldn't work at all, would it? Scary foo! It was a little bit frightening, but your attacks were even faster than lightning. Ooh, okay. Cool. Cool. That'll do. Okay, I've got the mayor's signature on this logging permit form. Great, just sign this last line at the bottom where it says receipt. Is something wrong? You cover your face with your hands. I loaned my pencil to the mayor. Oh dear. Excuse me while I go kill everything. Excuse me, Mayor? Yes? You still have my ghost pencil. I need that. Oh, terribly sorry. I think it's haunting my beard. Ah, here you go. Sharpened ghost pencil. I swear to God. You hear the crack of a rifle, and a lead bee buzzes past your ear. I call bullets lead bees sometimes. Off in the distance, you see a skeleton with a rifle. It looks like he's lining up another shot. Good job, Gary. You beat the skeleton up and take their rangefinder. Good luck shooting things that you don't even know how far away they are, skeleton. Got an antique rangefinder. Okay, I've got the mayor's signature on this logging permit form. Great, just sign this last line at the bottom where it says receipt. Alright, that's everything taken care of. Brentwood's logging permit is hereby approved. Finally, wonderful. Processing will take about 48 hours. What? Well, everything has to be filed and the actual permit has to be printed and so on. You can pick it up in 2 days. You spot a guy riding down the road on a brown horse, wearing a brown fur hat, carrying a brown shopping bag with a brown loaf of stolen bread sticking out the top. You can tell it's stolen because the bag has a little picture of a loaf of bread on it. He rides up and brandishes a great big loaf of bread at you. Hand over all your bread, or I'll bludgeon you to death. Jeez, you sure like bread, huh? Yeah, it's kind of my thing. Good job, Gary. You beat up the bandit and take his big loaf of extremely stale bread. No, he protests. Not my bread. Got hard loaf. And Moxie's up. Did you manage to get that login permit yet? No. Any sign of that missing mail? No. Offer to help. Overdue book. Our library's only got 4 books, so it's serious business when someone doesn't return one. Our records say it was loaned out to a lady named of Alexandria. That was a couple of mayors ago, so I don't know her, but I've got an address. Okay, I'll go ask her. Alexandria Ranch. That went better than expected, actually. You insisted that those little doggies get along. Leveled up deploy snake, got a roasted cow tongue, and I got smoldering leather. This used to be an undestroyed bookshelf, but not anymore. A small diary is the only legible thing left on the shelf. You got the Diary of Alexandria. Overdue Breadwood book. Modern snake oiler. You pick up the cannonball and inspect it. There's an inscription that you can mostly read. It says the cannonball came from Fort Treason, and it's got the address stamped right onto the surface. This bombardment was done by the army. You flip through the diary. Most of it is uneventful, describing the life of a woman who likes books and isn't interested in much else. It ends with a passage about a soldier from the nearby fort warning her about some kind of danger he wouldn't specify, so she moved her most valuable books to the cellar and took the ordinary precautions. For example, boarding up the windows and not leaving the house at night. Turns out, wasn't much good against cannonballs. Well, how do I get in the little vault thingy then? There's an open grave here, which is a little weird. Maybe they forgot to bring the body and had to go back and get it. Man, I bet that would be really embarrassing. Oh, hey, there are a few things in here already. Maybe they were just burying this junk but forgot to fill the hole back in? Got gold skull, skull chips, and an engagement ring. I can sell some of this. Ooh. I can sell some of this. Oh, buttery biscuit. That'll do. Okay. Fort Treason. You catch a whiff of ozone and abruptly pull the e-brake. Dubbers Jr. screeches to a halt. You hop down and sniff out its source. A shockweed plant. These things are valuable but hard to pick. I don't have foraging too. No. It's a demi-culverin cannon. Look at the cannon. It's a fine cannon. Demi-culverin in size. You see a mine entrance off to the east. You discover a new map location, Jumbleneck Mine. You climb down from the watchtower and pitch the binoculars in a nearby trash can. Keyboard trees is beautiful. Looks like they left in the middle of dinner. Got instant grits, sugar guns, and plum pudding. Artillery targeting flare, chemical bullet, incendiary bullet, military whiskey, and an artillery saber. Chemical bullet, silver bullet. Private Matthew's diary. Mathau? Private Mathau's diary? Key to P.O. Box 114. Smelling salts and a chemical bullet. Private Lemon diary. Chemical bullet, smelling salts in a canteen. Most of Private Mathau's diary is empty pages, ink splotches, and latrine duty again, blah blah blah. Near the end, though, you start to see notes about the fort's commanding officer, Captain Simon, going off the deep end. As Mathau puts it, being stuck out here in the middle of nowhere doing nothing is driving the captain friggin' bug nuts. When the captain eventually decided that a nearby ranch, occupied by a solitary woman and her book collection, was actually an enemy spy outpost, Mathau felt compelled to warn the woman, but was too worried about getting court-martialed to give her any specific details of the looming threat. In an attempt to prevent an imminent cannon bombardment of the ranch, Mathau stole some ballistics charts and hid them in a post office box during a shore leave in Dirtwater. This place doesn't have any damn shore, he comments. The hell? Unfortunately, the cannons had already been calibrated, and when Mathau returned to the camp, he discovered the shelling had already begun. In his last entry, he declares his intention to start a mutiny, but the diary ends there with no conclusion to the story. Private Lemon. Private Lemon's diary is pretty dry and not very interesting. Just a list of the day-to-day duties of a straight-laced soldier up in the hills without anything to fight. Toward the end, though, it starts to mention their commanding officer, Captain Simon, becoming increasingly agitated and convinced that a nearby ranch was being used as a spy outpost. Lemon doesn't sound convinced, but as one annoyingly vague entry puts it, orders are orders. The last few entries have to do with dissent in the ranks and the possibility of mutiny, the thought of which Lemon abhors. The rest of the pages are blank. Jumbleneck Mine. There's a goblin standing off to one side of this trail, just staring up at the sky. They don't even seem to notice you approaching. Hello? Oh, hello. Hi. What are you doing? A moon I am looking at. Neither moon is out right now, nothing being up there. I am happy to waiting. The moons won't coming to for hours. You two waiting this long? Yes, moons so big, so bright, so big. To waiting and seeing. You very liking to moons, huh? Yes, very. To looking. I am collecting rocks. I too collecting rocks of them. The goblin takes a bunch of pebbles out of its pockets to show you. They could be moon rocks for all you know. You decide to leave the goblin alone with whatever it is they're doing. Rocks. Probably some mine leavings that got piled up here. Don't find anything of interest. Silver-toothed skull. That's a little ominous. Except for the dust all over everything, and the fact that the guy at the desk is a ghost, this looks like a regular mine foreman's office. Excuse me, kid, I'm kind of busy here. I've got a mine to run. Take a hike, okay? This mine is still running? I haven't seen anyone around. We're miners, kid. If you saw anyone up here, I'd have to fire them for not doing their jobs. How's business? Oh, great. Hunky friggin' dory. See this face? This is my happy face, and I'm double excited about answering questions from some random kid that wandered into my office while I'm working. Look how ecstatic I am. That's quite a silver tooth you've got in that sarcastic grin. Made it myself. I made a few little silver trinkets in my time. Now go away. Did you know that you're a ghost? Do you know that you're a pain in the ass? No, I'm serious. You see me laughing? I have something that belongs to you. Yeah, well, that's a human skull. Notice the silver tooth? Look familiar? I don't mean to upset you, but I guess I forgot somehow. It must have been a traumatic experience. Oh, you think? You think, maybe? Shh! Give me that damn skull. It's mine after all. What happened? I don't want to talk about it, and frankly, kid, it's none of your business. Leave me alone so I can get on with going into the light or whatever. Aw. An old calendar. Looks like work stopped here a bunch of months ago. Safe is dirty but solid looking. I don't have safe cracking. You find some old jerky and a key. Nice. This elevator is pretty dusty inside and doesn't appear to have been maintained for quite a while. It does still seem functional, but the control lever is chained and padlocked. You also notice that the shaft is totally silent. You'd expect to hear the rumbling of minecarts and the clanking of pickaxes echoing up from below, but there's nothing. You unlock the lever with the foreman's key and give it a yank. The elevator shudders as it begins to descend, accompanied by the sound of clanking chains and grinding pulleys. Very quickly, it becomes too dark to see and you pull out your lantern. Very slowly, the elevator reaches its destination. You pull the door open and peer into the gloom. Bag of raisins. This is crateable dynamite. Dynamite gets very dangerous when it ages, but I know better than to try and stop you from taking a stick if you've decided you want one. You pick up a stick of old dynamite. I don't recommend you doing a lot of hopping up and down while you're carrying that. Got an unstable stick of dynamite. It's a headless skeleton. Skulless. Looks like there was a cave-in. There isn't much to see except for rocks. There's quite a lot of them though, so if you want to look at the rocks, there's a great selection to choose from. Something heavier duty than a can of oil. Okay. You see a flash of light in a dark copse of trees off to the side of the trail and smell the tang of ozone. 3 electrified cow skulls float out of the woods and surround you. You really brought down the thunder on those lightning cows. Got infernal soul fragment and cow fangs. Milliliteries. What an embarrassing typo. You poke around in the shed. The caretaker appears to have been shirking his duties for quite a while, judging by the dust and cobwebs. Well, singular tool. There's a shovel here. Since you already have a shovel, you leave it alone. It's not like you'll need to dig twice as fast. Like all chairs owned by one guy, it has years worth of lint and food crumbs underneath it. The desk is covered with old paint, spattered newspapers, and features a large collection of tiny jars of paint, as well as a jar of fine-tipped brushes, a can of thinner, and a stack of history books. You find a flyer for a military reenactment enthusiast society. Apparently they meet regularly at Fort Memoriam. Maybe that's where the caretaker went. Goblin is roasting a weenie over the eternal flame. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. No? It's good fire, not to wasting it. Gary ambles over. I don't have any meat. Gary ambles over and chats with the goblin. Both their attitudes toward the whole thing seem to be basically, hey, why not? Hey, they asking if wanting buy a weenie. Gary shrugs and waves bye to the goblin. Beyond the gates stands countless rows and columns of tombstones. Well, they're not actually countless. I've counted them, and there are 999 of them. You can visit an individual plot by number if you'd like. Were you able to find that missing library book? Half of it. Well, that's a real bagel biter. Oh well, everyone mostly skipped the words and just looked at the pictures anyways, and mostly just the bottom half of the pictures, so it's alright. At least the captions are still there, I guess? No. The soup shortage. We keep a municipal soup kitchen open to help those who are down on their luck, which is pretty much everybody around here, but we've run out of soup and need someone to go fetch some more from the soup stock load. Gives you a stack of bread bowls to carry the soup in, and you've discovered the soup stock load mine. Deppers Jr. takes a shortcut through what you take to be an old cow graveyard. Suddenly, the entire graveyard's worth of bones clatters together, and a giant antagonistic pillar of evil. God, Nice. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, pillar of cow bones to pile of pulverized cow bones. Got an ungulate horn and a brass bull ring. Stalkers have been pretty picked over from the looks of them. You find a few worthwhile things, smelling salts and a can of oil. It's a pool of boiling soup. Using a bread bowl, you scoop some soup. Got another cultist mask. Whoever was camping here left in a hurry. There's a diary under the crude pillow. This mine is the worst. It sucks so bad here. I've been in some lousy mines, but this one really takes the cake. Everything smells like soup. The walls are slick with it. I swear, I can feel it getting into my pores. If I went to a doctor for a blood test, he'd probably tell me my blood is tomato basil bisque or whatever. We finally managed to get deep enough to hear the master, but it turned out the dang soup table is higher than we thought. We're spending 90% of our time bailing this stuff out and only 10% digging. I've got noodles in my boots. I hate this so much. Now the damn elevator's busted. It was always making a rattling noise, and the guys off shift couldn't sleep. That finally stopped, but it stopped because the elevator itself stopped and we can't move it at all. Why do we even set up camp here? I had to spend the whole day scrounging around to find replacement 137, 59, and 23-pound compression springs for repairs. We'll install them tomorrow. I'm gonna write those numbers down because that feels like they might be important. Fuck, what were they? 139, 137, 59, 23. 137, 59, 23. Boss says we're giving up here and heading to a real deep mine they found up northwest. It's a shame we wasted all this work, but hot damn, it'll be good to get away from this soup. I will never eat soup again in my life. Got the springs installed properly, with the strongest behind the shortest bolt and so on, but there's no time to wrench everything down. Gotta pack. Not like the elevator matters much anymore. I really hope I don't screw up again and forget my diary here when it's time to leave. I don't think I ever managed to fill in more than 10 pages in the same diary. You see 3 different sized bolts on the side of the elevator, which are all very loose. There's a sign that says 3,200 pounds pressure required and some sort of gauge which currently reads 0. You tighten the bolt, 1 complete revolution, 161. So they are... Where's my mouse? Okay, so it's 411, 295. can't map. Okay. Just pulling out a calculator. Oh my god, yay, finally! Okay. Okay, fuck. I hate math. I'm not good at it. Just gonna... I don't need those anymore. Okay. Soup. Oh. Okay. That should be all the soup. What? Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh. We take our yeast supply very seriously here in Brentwood, and that dang yeasty gang made off with the whole lot. A couple of fellas said they saw them loitering around the old brewery, so that's probably where they made their hideout. We need that yeast back. This fella's too scared to talk to you. He's totally freaked out by the yeast. Some kind of crazy yeast monster has apparently broken loose from the vats, and they've eaten some of the bandits. I guess they brewed up something they couldn't put down. You could barely control it. They could barely control it. You'll have to hop to it if you want to prevail here. The remains of the horrible yeast beast. I guess you could take some back to the mayor. It's probably still good, right? You plop a big old glob of yeast into your pack. You got a half ton of yeast. So this whole yeast theft biz doesn't seem to have gone well for you guys. Yeah, no, Oh jeez, are you a bounty hunter? Relax. The mayor just wants his yeast back. He didn't say anything about hauling you in. Okay, well... The yeast is in that revolting pile. So, what happened? Well, we got bored of bread is all. I know a bit about brewing, and we figured if we came back with a couple of kegs, nobody would mind so much that we stole the yeast. No offense, but it seems like you weren't much of a brewer. Hey, well, ideally, you wouldn't end up with a ravenous yeast monster. That wasn't my... okay, well, I guess it was my fault, but I didn't understand what... But I understand what happened. These vats are old, and we didn't clean them properly first because we were in a hurry. I think there were some frogs living in one of them. And you figured you could use the extra hops? Oh, if you're sure you've got it figured out, you could set up shop in Dirtwater. Oh? Yeah, it's turning into quite a little metropolis. I'd love to have my own place. Okay, I'll go check it out. You're under arrest. For what? Stealing about 2 handfuls of yeast? Yes. And the sentence for that is, what, about 3 days in jail? And Brentwood does not actually have a jail. Don't gotta go stealing my thunder like that, man. Any luck recovering our yeast from those bandits up at the old Schmaltz brewery? Yep. Ooh, quick on the draw, level 3. Don't have the logging permit or the mail. There's a military cemetery not far from here, and I figured something must have happened to the caretaker because military skeletons keep wandering out this way and causing a ruckus. You happen across an unexpected crate. By unexpected, I'm referring to its location, not its condition, which is nailed shut. I don't know what you expected to find in there, but here's what it was. Got a bar of soap and a handful of nails. Oh, wait, he's at... Yeah. Or... Memoriam. That's right. Off to one side of the trail, you spot a cactus that doesn't look quite right. Specifically, it doesn't look right because it has a goblin face. As you get closer, you become pretty sure that it is actually just a goblin in a cactus outfit. It gives you some annoyed side-eye and tries to wave you away, but the cactus arms aren't very mobile. You know a guy called Cactus Bill? Shh! Going away! Talk to it. Why are you inside a cactus? Watching cactus herd. For keeping safe from predator. What predator? Any predator. Desert tortoise, cactus eagle, other goblins. Now going away. You ruining my disguise. Hi, I'm Raine. Hi, I'm Mike. Are you the cemetery caretaker? No, that's Jeff. I'm a paralegal. There's a lot of those in this hobby, I've noticed. Yeah, because if you lose the argument, nobody goes to jail. It's Melvin. Jeff. Are you the cemetery caretaker? Yeah, that's me. Did one of the other guys tell you? I try to keep it hush because people assume you're a weirdo if you work in a graveyard. I'm actually here to tell you to get back to work because skeletons are wandering out of the place, causing trouble for the neighbors. Aw, nuts. Alright, well look, I'm on a real winning streak here. I'll go back once it's over, okay? Yeah, dang it. I guess you did. GG. Hey guys, I gotta head back to work. I'll catch you next week. The other guys reply with a chorus of "see-yas" as he leaves. As Dupper Jr. carefully navigates a bunch of weird rock formations, everything suddenly goes silent. Everything except the racing of your pulse. That is, because you've stumbled across a horrifying ungolith. You crushed that stone cow into cow powder. A Menudo Geo. Yep, the caretaker's back on duty. That's certainly good to hear. Those skeletons were a real nuisance. They sure have a way of getting under your skin. Mayor glances at the list of problems posted on the wall and paces around nervously. Missing bread. The Baker boys cleaned our bank right out, and that's not a bit fabulous if you ask me. Fortunately, they haven't been too secretive about the location of their hideout. Can you get our bread back? I mean, the place is called Breadwood. We have to have some bread. Baker boys hideout. Off to the side of the trail, you spot one of those weird cacti that produce sealed cans of tuna fish as fruit. Aww. This bakery has definitely seen butter days. nothing but inedible garbage. The big baker's oven is long cold. These teenagers seem dispirited and are trying to drown their sorrows with big mugs of water. Maybe they misunderstood the idiom. Hey, you boys wouldn't know about some bread that went missing, would you? Oh, nuts. I told you we'd get in trouble, Billy. Shut up, Jerry. Way to just blab everything, dude. Calm down. The mayor just wants his bread back. Hand it over, and the trouble you're in will be minimal. It ain't that simple, lady. We sold that bread for meat to start up this bakery. Why? Because we wanted to make something of our lives. Everyone in Breadwood is just bums. Plus, like, everyone needs bread, right? So we figured we'd make it big. Okay, well, no problem. We take the mayor the bread you made and call it even. Oh, yeah, no problem. Except for the fact that we don't know a dang thing about making bread, it turns out. All we ended up with is weird lumps. Oh, that ain't true, Billy. The last loaf we tried was almost right. Yeah, sure. That one was nearly edible, but we're practically out of ingredients. I might know someone who can help. I might know someone who could help you out. Do you two know Louise Lathrop? No, who's that? She might just be the solution to your problems. Let me head on over to see where she lives and talk to her for you. Do you know somewhere that's hiring a baker? Heck, even unpaid would be better than this if it comes with room and board. I just want to get out of here. Actually, I do happen to know of a bakery that needs some help. Really? That's wonderful. Oh, jeez, I can't go like this, though. I'm filthy. Nobody would ever let me step foot into their kitchen looking like this. Do you have bar soap I can mooch off you? Not a problem. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Give her a bar of soap and directions to the bakery boy's bakery, and she sets off to find somewhere to take a bath before her job interview. Your El Vibrato transponder bleeps at you, and you dutifully follow the signal. Shh, who's in charge here? Leads you to a hulking robot stomping around in the desert, so basically, the answer is not you. Dickering and El Vibrato scraps. You see Louise Lathrop busily baking bread. Billy Baker hops to his feet as you enter. Hey, thanks for sending Louise over. She knows a ton about baking. Yeah, we're gonna be major league bakers with her around. No problem, fellas. Let me grab enough bread to settle things with the mayor, and we'll call it square. All's well that ends well. Did you get our bread back from those miserable baker boys? Sure did. Another missed. Thank goodness for that. Another missed payday would have caused a riot for sure. About that lumber. Alright, you've helped me quite a bit, so I reckon I can set you up with what you need for that bridge. The mayor glances at the list of problems and paces nervously. Oh. Do I need to get, like, super angry and pass out another time? Oh, cool. I'm a little sad there isn't a ghost spittoon here. 2 more days? Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating cow skull in the middle distance. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Oh. Fuck you. Cow fangs, bull ring. Okay. Cactus Bill! Didn't expect to see you around these parts. Well, I gotta admit, I got a little envious when I saw you leave Boring Springs and figured I'd hitch a ride out west to see what I could see. And just look at this place. So much hustle, so much bustle. There sure is a lot of both of those. Nice spot. Thank you kindly. So, what's new? Well, to be honest, what's new is a profound sense of longing and loneliness. I'm so sorry to hear that, Bill. Well, it is what it is. I was hoping I'd run across a similarly lonely cactus lady somewhere out here, or failing that, a normal human lady looking to marry a cactus. No luck? Not yet. Of course, getting around is a bit of a challenge, but us cactuses live a long time. I'm sure I'll meet somebody. Someday. I'll keep an eye out. I would sure appreciate it. Okay, that's 48 hours. Is that Redwood logging permit ready yet? Let me look. Ah, yes, here it is. There you are. You got the logging permit. I don't have to sign anything to collect it? Nope. Are you sure? No, madam. That's it. Holy shit. You encounter a goblin chef out harvesting produce, by which I mean knocking lumps off of a cactus. Gives you some real side-eye when it sees you. Hey, you, a human, to keeping away from these lumps that are mine. Or maybe I am to cooking you instead. What? You goblins don't people to eating, do you? No, gross. I did saying that to scare you away. Did you scared? Jeez, a little, yeah? Nice. So, what's cooking? Lumps. Okay then. Trick them out of their lumps? Wait, no, not these lumps. Why not these lumps? Poison lumps these are. I am cooking for many times, knowing very well which lumps are poison. Looking here. You receive an unexpected lecture on which lumps are and are not poisonous. Huh, well, alright. I was going to improve the situation around here. You put an end to that crazy machine's centuries-long reign of terror. Reign of duty, I guess? It really was just minding its own business. Well, where are we at? We're crossing 1 o'clock. It's probably a good pausing point for now, actually. But we made a lot of progress. I'm pleased. Let's see if there is anyone we could possibly raid out to share a little bit of love. Actually, you know what? It looks like Mr. Charisma is live. I was introduced to them through a Supers community, and they are super sweet and super nice. I believe he does some voice acting work as well, and they are currently playing Signalis? I'm not super familiar, but if you don't mind sticking around a couple extra minutes just so we can show some love to a fellow streamer, that would be super awesome and amazing. But yeah, I've been having fun. I am planning on streaming some more tomorrow night as per the usual. I am closing, so it'll be a little bit later of a start time. If you would like to stay updated on when I will be live again, in addition to making sure your Twitch notifications are on for my channel, you can join my Discord. There is a link to an open invite to the server in my Twitch profile page, and Jeeves has thrown that link in chat for us ever so helpfully. So come say hey and join the chaos. I will be posting the VOD of this stream to YouTube over the next day or so. We're going to shoot a quick prayer to the internet gods, glory to them, hallowed are their names. There is a playlist of this playthrough of West of Loathing already set up and ready to go, so you can catch up on anything that you've missed if you feel so inclined. I have also been told that my streams are a phenomenal sleep aid for all of my fellow insomniac baddies out there. The link to my YouTube channel can also be found in my Twitch bio. But thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be, wherever you are.